Today on the channel, from the Masters of the Universe Revelations line, Ultimate He-Man. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Revelations unboxing and review. And today, we've got the main man, the legend that is He-Man. But remember, for all your He-Man and the Masters of the Universe needs, including Revelation Series 1 and 2, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. Well, today we get He-Man. If you can't really have a Masters of the Universe collection without He-Man, He-Man, Skeletor, you really can't collect them. I wonder if there's any kids out there that had a He-Man and the Master Universe set back in the 80s, the classics, whatever, that didn't have He-Man and or Skeletor, or most likely both. I think that's where everybody starts. I don't know if I've ever started a He-Man collection of any kind without He-Man and Skeletor being the first two I've bought. There's probably somebody out there, though. I'm sure there's people buying this line that He-Man and Skeletor were gone. Mossman was the only one there. They said, well, I'm getting Mossman, I guess, first. I guess that probably happens out there. But long story short, you got to have He-Man. If you got a He-Man Masters of the Universe collection, you got to have He-Man represented. And that's what we got here. We've got the iconic He-Man, an updated version of He-Man for the new Revelations cartoon series that debuts on Netflix this week. So we'll find out together at the end of the week what we think of this show, that's for sure. But I'm not sure about this He-Man. We saw original pictures of this He-Man. I said, you know what, these figures aren't for me. I'm not buying this line. Then we got updated glamour shots that looked a lot better. I said, oh boy, they did it again. I'm all in on this. I'm going to get this He-Man line. And then we've had, latest ones, the official released ones with a little mixed bag. I'm still not sure what to think about this He-Man, but I always say I'm going to wait till I get it in my hand. Then I can hopefully make a decision. Unless it's like the Mossman video. We did Mossman yesterday, so go back and check that if you missed it out. I didn't know really what to think. It didn't knock me over. I didn't hate it. I was just kind of, I don't know if indifferent is the right word, but just kind of in the middle. And I don't know if I'll feel that same way about this He-Man. There's some stuff early on from the pictures I like, and there's some stuff I don't like. I guess once we get it out of the package here shortly, then we'll know for sure what we really think. But we're going to do it like we normally do it. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. And we'll see where it goes from there. We'll even compare it to some other He-Mans of the past. So let's take a look at the packaging first. Got that Netflix logo there off to the side. Masterverse up top. 30 points of articulation. You got that UPC that nobody knows what is for. Masters of the Universe Revelations down below. You got the He-Man name right there. Big window box. We got an extra set of hands for He-Man. Of course, we got the sword. We got the shield. And we got He-Man himself. You got He-Man on the side here. What's it say? Most powerful man in the universe, He-Man. And a cool glamour artwork shot. Once again, I always love the artwork on He-Man. It's just great. I love it. And then, of course, the back. We're promoting the bottom. We got to promote the rest of the line. We're empowering the future via play, of course. And we got a blurb about He-Man. Let's read that. Let's see what that's all about. Defender of Castle Grayskull, protector of the planet Eternia, and guardian of the entire universe. There is nobody stronger, faster, or braver than the mighty He-Man. He is quite simply the most powerful man in the universe. Past, present, or future. A vessel for the mysterious power of Grayskull, He-Man inspires the heroes of Eternia to fight the forces of evil. Without He-Man, Eternia and the universe would be doomed. Each sold separately below. We're going to unbox the rest this week, so be ready for that. But let's get him out of the package. Let's get He-Man out. Let's see what's going on in here. If I can get him out. Oh, there he goes. Well, kinda. There's that stonish background. I like that a lot. I think that looks pretty cool. See you later. Little white piece of something in there. Packing tape. Up high. See you later. Got this other plastic protector. See you later. Oh, off the screen. There it goes. And then we've got He-Man. We've got old Prince Adam himself. We've got He-Man. Looking only like he can look. That is for sure. But you know it's He-Man. You look at this. Yes, it's updated. Yes, it's changed. But you take one look and you know, hey, this is He-Man. I give this to my 6-year-old daughter. Hey, who is this? She's going to say, hey, that's He-Man. So half the work's done if we already know who it is. But just by looking at it, that's always a good sign. Get everything out here. Let's go through these accessories first. But first, see you later. Up high. All right, we'll look at the old Power Sword first, and very similar to the one that came with Skelegod, and that's our other instance of seeing this sword. I don't really care for this. Maybe it'll change. I keep saying, with all these figures, I might like them a heck of a lot more once I see the cartoon. That could really help with this kind of stuff, but it just seems too long and skinny, this sword. I like a thick sword. Yes, I do. I like a thicker one. It looks a little off to me. It just doesn't look right. It's just me. You give me your thoughts in the comments below. The battle shield. Oh, I got a little paint. I was hoping I could get it with my fingernail, but I cannot. But we got the shield. I love the shield of He-Man. It's always a favorite of mine. I just love the way the gray and the orange go together. Always looks good. Looks classic. Got the two handles inside. The thicker one for the forearm and then for the hand here. It's everything you'd really want in a shield, so I have no complaints with the shield. Sword, going to hopefully grow on me, I don't know. And then you got two extra hands here. We got just gripping hands. We got two of those here. And then he's got one flayed out hand, which I think this is the first time we've seen one of these flayed out hands. Then we got a fist. And you guys know I think every figure, be it a combat figure of some sort, should have a fisted hand. You're going to be throwing some haymakers. You got to be able to represent it in toy form. And at least they got one for He-Man there, so I do like that. But the way he is out of the package, he's not holding his sword. So you definitely have one hand to hold the sword, I think. First thing I noticed on the back, I wish there was a holster for the sword. You should have a spot where you can just slide that sword in. I'm sure you can put it. Yeah, you can. Not quite the same. I like a little spot, a little loop back there you can put the sword through. But you can put it through his harness in the back if you're so inclined. The other thing I noticed right off the bat is his chest and abdomen have kind of a glow and are a little darker tan than the arms and even the face. So the skin tone is close, but it is not 100% match. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. So that's a little interesting. Much like Moss Man, we got the same articulation. You got the double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. You got the thigh and biceps swivel, the bicep cut there. The head is removable, of course. You've got the waist and the diaphragm and everything else. So he's got 30 points of articulation. It told me on the package. I read it. I'm not sure on this head sculpt, but I do like the head sculpt more in person. So if some of you guys looked at the pictures, don't like it, it does look better in person. I can say that because I was not a fan of the head sculpt either. It's still by no means my favorite one. It's so funny that original cartoon or original Masters Universe toy version of He-Man's head, it's just everybody's He-Man. It's like we can't get past that. That's our head. I'm the same way. That's the head I want. And that's just the way it is, I guess. And try to update it, try to do changes, and it just seems like most of the fan base just aren't here for it. We're not here for it. We want that original head. And I guess I get it, because I'm the same way. So there you go. I figured I better show He-Man on Battle Cat, as they really go together like peanut butter and jelly in the Masters of the Universe, of course. So you got to have He-Man riding your Battle Cat at least sometime. But I tell you what, it doesn't work that good. I just don't really like the looks. I don't know if this Battle Cat's too big or He-Man's too small. I'm going towards Battle Cat might be a hair big. But the articulation on these figures doesn't really lend itself for He-Man to ride this comfortably. The fit is not perfect. I mean, this is about as good as you can get it. I guess it looks okay, but there's a little gap down here. It just doesn't fit in right. Something's missing, and the articulation on these doesn't really lend itself to be super posable like some other figure lines out there where it just looks right. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be displaying this He-Man riding Battle Cat anytime soon. Maybe standing next to him, but it just does not look good with him on here. So that's just the verdict I have. I don't know if you guys think any different on this. That's my verdict. It doesn't work too well. This harness is removable. I'm not going to take it off. Really no need to take it off. I know the heads are supposed to be removable. Let's see how hard. Yeah, they plug right off pretty easily. I do have He-Man Masters Universe Origins He-Man right here with the newer head. This looks more like that Hanna-Barbera caveman Viking type cartoon. I can't remember what it was. Was it Thundar? Was that what it was called? Thundar? That's what that head reminds me of a little bit. But you can switch these heads around, which I think is a cool feature. And I tell you what, it doesn't look terrible. Once again, though, the skin doesn't match the best. But it's close. I wouldn't be opposed if one of these went to clearance. If for some reason this doesn't work out and this goes to huge clearance, this line, I'd buy maybe a couple of He-Man just to have different head swaps out there. Because this I don't think looks terrible. Wonder how this looks. Yeah, the Revelations head on the Origins body looks atrocious. I would never do this. But it almost looks like this head sculpt, because same with Moss Man. I mentioned it in the Moss Man review. I'm going to mention it here. The head on these Revelations figures just is a hair small. It needs to be a little bit bigger. Maybe they'll get that fixed. But the Origins head seems to work perfectly on here. So I guess that's one thing to take note of. If you want to do some head swapping, if you're some customizers, you like to mix your stuff up, you can definitely do that with these, which is pretty fun. That's fun if you're creative. I'm such a purist in my figures. I don't do these mix and match things. I always, just thought that was too much. I'm a purist at heart. I don't like to. I shouldn't have to mix and match. They should come perfect from the factory. But unless I'm getting doubles, that's the only way I'm doing stuff like that. Does He-Man fit on a ringside collectible stand? That's the $1,000,000 question. Save 10% discount code Kyle, ringsidecollectibles.com. And of course, he does fit right there. We'll have some glamour shots for him. I do have the Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man. Go back, watch some of my videos on the channel as late as I did pick up a 100% complete Masters of the Universe Classics collection. Super 7, exclusives, San Diego Comic-Con, Spirit of Grayskull 1 of 31. It's all there. It's all there. One of the most insane purchases of my life. But righting a wrong from the past, as I like to call it, because I slept on him. I didn't have the funds back in the day. I do now. So it was time to pick him up. But there's He-Man next to him. I don't know. I think for my money, these classics are just next level. This is what I wanted out of He-Man. Finally got it. Wasn't cheap. Finally got it, though. But I think there is hope for this Revelations line. We're a few figures in. If you count Skelegod and you count Battlecat and then Mossman and now He-Man, that's 4 figures in. There's a lot to like about these. I go back to my immediate reception of seeing the first images ever. I was all out. I thought they looked atrocious. They got better with the glamour shots went on. Still some questions here and there. But I do like these. I do like this He-Man, I should say. Mossman's still growing on me, to be determined. But I like this He-Man more than I thought. I wish the skin tones matched a little bit better. I definitely wish we had a different head sculpt. I might dig around and knock He-Man over. I might dig around and switch the head. Even though I don't like to do that, I just end up doing that. I don't know. But the verdict's still out. I'm interested in what you guys think if you're picking these up. If you have picked them up, let me know your thoughts. Or tell me in the comments if you're thinking about picking them up. I think it's there's two sides of the fence here, and I don't know if anybody really knows what to think as of this point. There's a lot of people that are 100% in on the Origins, myself included. I'm all in on the Origins. And there's a lot of people saying, that's all I need. I don't need to go into another line. Origins is just fine for me, and I respect that and understand that. I'm in on these. I don't know if I should be, but I am. We'll see how deep it goes. We know Series 2 is coming out. Are we going to get a Grayskull? Are we going to get a Snake Mountain in this? Are we going to get a bunch of vehicles? There's a lot of unanswered questions with this line, but it'll all be announced soon. I'm sure the next few weeks we're going to get some more announcements, and then into the future, of course, and we'll see what kind of reception the new animated series gets. That's going to be the key. If the animated series really drives sales of these, you're going to see it go off. If the reception and the viewership is not good for the Netflix show, guess what? He-Man's probably going to be dead in the water. Hopefully Origins will keep going, but this line will be done for. Other things is Netflix historically only runs series for 1 or 2 seasons. Will we get a second season of He-Man? Will it have the possibilities to go up to 10 seasons? So many unanswered questions. Just going to take time to get those answers. But I can tell you one thing you should do, and that's like this video. Subscribe to the channel. We're growing every day, and we got videos every single day. And we're going to unbox the rest of this line throughout the week. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the old notification bell, as you don't want to miss one of these videos. As we break new ground, we take some first steps into a new toy series, an updated classic in He-Man, and we'll find out all the answers together. And then follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram. So for He-Man across the years, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.